We'll zoom in on our match here and update the board state for you guys. It looks like a Stoneforge Mystic is coming into the red zone that's holding a Sword of Feast and Famine. Gonna be a little trigger action. Longmore with the hand face up. I imagine that Pynch knows what's in there. Longmore's gonna discard a card. The cards that are left are a High Tide and a Time Spiral. 2 copies of Counterbalance are out there, and then there's a Candelabra.
Sword of Feast and Famine, definitely an excellent Stoneforge target in this matchup, making it very difficult for Longmore to assemble a critical mass necessary in order to go off.
Here's a High Tide. Let's see if this resolves. Looks like Joe's going to try to counter this. You see him tapping some mana pretty quickly here. This is a Vendilion Click. Oh, my goodness. 2 triggers. Is there a 3 on top? There is not. It's a 2. Vendilion Click is going to take that. There's another one. Yep.
I do love Counterbalance. I don't super love Sensei's Divining Top, but Counterbalance is just a good time. It's a little lockouty.
Counterbalance makes for, like, if there's no top in play and there's just Counterbalance, it makes for a really, like, entertaining, fun game of Magic.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting. It's fun. I mean, it's a little too lockouty, I think, but at least it's exciting.
Like, I have no problem, like,
getting feel something.
I have no problem getting my spell countered. Like, if there's a naked Counterbalance, they counter it. It's just like, man, that kind of sucks or whatever. But, I mean, whatever. It happens. Gonna pass the turn back over here to Pynch. Pynch certainly in the driver's seat here. I don't think this is gonna be a long one. Joe's already up a game, and he's got quite the army on the table. Gonna have fire in here for 6. Longmore's gonna go down to 7. No cards to discard to the Sword of Feast and Famine.
Yeah, that Vendilion Click, what did it hit? Time Spiral?
Yep. Time Spiral to the bottom, balance went in hand, and then Longmore did cast it. Here's a Ponder.
Definitely a challenging matchup for High Tide, just given that Esper Stoneblade has a lot of meaningful interaction, you know, ranging from Inquisition of Kozilek, Thoughtseize, even Vindicate can be, you know, Snapcaster Mage for the rebuys, Force of Will, and then lots of interaction in the sideboard.
Polluted Delta is the card that was kept. That's going to come directly into play. Pynch is going to untap here. He's not going to be able to finish things off, but here's an attack for 6. Longmore's going to go down to 1. That means that Polluted Delta is basically toast. And Pynch is just going to pass the turn back.
We got to talk about the new Stoneforge Mystic that's in M15.
Yeah, searches for an aura?
Yeah. It's just like Stoneforge Mystic. It's a 1/2 white creature that searches up the thing, but instead of getting equipment, it gets auras, and instead of costing 2, it costs 3, and it doesn't have the cheat into play ability.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Feline Longmore does concede. Joe Pynch is going to win this match 2-0. Esper Stoneblade does defeat High Tide. That means Longmore's top 8 dreams are no longer with us, unfortunately. So congratulations to Joe Pynch playing Esper Stoneblade. I imagine we'll see more of him as that deck is mighty powerful. And we'll see if we can... I'm trying to think of the name of that card that searches for the aura.
Heliod's somebody or other.
Heliod's Chosen, I think
Heliod's Chosen?